Guys, this is my next review. Sorry about my review last week where the sound quality kind of sucked because, one, I'm recording on a sucky camera and I don't really have the money or the patience to raise money to get another one, so I'm just kind of going to stick to doing this one. But, yeah, thanks for the 30 people, or 20 people, including the 10 views I made of my own video. Thanks for taking the time to watch my review, and thank you for taking the time to watch this review. This review is on the Screaming Trees' Sweet Oblivion album. It wasn't their first major label album. Their first one was Uncle Anesthesia, which was produced by Chris Cornell from Soundgarden. I'm just kind of gonna get into this record right here. On this album, they have been, Mark Pickerel, up to this album, Mark Pickerel was their drummer. Now the drummer on this record, and the one that you're hearing right now, is Barrett Martin. And I think, I haven't listened to too much of early Screaming Trees, and I probably should have, but I think Barrett Martin is a lot more bottom-esque than Mark Pickerel does, judging by I have the greatest hit, Sweet Oblivion and the Greatest Hits album, and I wrote Dust, so it should be going. But Barrett Martin has, he's just harder hitting than, see, listen to this. He's harder hitting than Pickerel was, and I think it fits the Trees' sound better. Now, I'm not putting down, I'm not putting down Pickerel as a drummer. I'm just saying that Barrett Martin sounds like he fits better. But kind of getting into the song content in this record. It's a good record, but there are definitely some songs that just don't do it for me. And first I'm going to mention, I'm probably going to get a lot of crap from you people with, is Shadow of the Season. I don't know why, I just do not like that song. It just really does, it has a really generic sounding Eastern riff to open it, and then it's like Lanigan's trying to rip off himself lyrically and vocally. He just doesn't really sound like he's into it. After that it's good. Nearly Lost You I like, except for Gary Lee Connor's lead guitar tone. I hate that wah-wah pedal. I can't think of the producer's name, but whoever it was sounded like he was just trying, he was just trying to take the guitar tone that Butch Vig came out, that Butch Vig helped Kurt Cobain come out with in Nevermind, and I felt like he was just trying to take that guitar tone and make it Jimi Hendrix sounding, which just didn't work. But this isn't a great record. It's definitely a good record. Like I said, there's some really great songs on here, but the songs are more the last three songs, last four songs, the Winter Song, Troubled Times, No One Knows, and Julie Paradise are probably the best songs in the entire record. Mostly because, they tried to do, the hard rock, the typical hard rock thing for Celebrations Past, which is an okay song. It's not amazing or anything. But the song that comes after that just sucks. Secret Kind, I hate that song. Which, it's just kind of generic psychedelic blues rock. And it's just filler, and that's my favorite problem, More or Less. Which, it's a good song, but it just sounds, I think More or Less is a better song than Secret Kind, but it's just a really, really filler sounding sort of song. Butterfly comes after that, and Butterfly is definitely one of the stronger songs on the record. It's right up there with Nearly Lost You. And like I said before, I'm going to kind of go back to Gary Lee Connor's guitar work. I'm not so much a Gary Lee Connor lead person as I like Gary Lee Connor's chord progressions. His chords on Dollar Bill are just, how he, I know I'm sounding kind of stupid, but, just how he opens that, those riffs, I'm kind of at a loss for words right now. Those riffs though, how he uses his chords and how he uses his riffs is just it's beautiful. I think the other really good example is No One Knows. because he just opens with these, you know, he does this big riff that just, it sounds really big, really folky, and I don't know, it's just the guy, I mean, the guy's a lot better of a, like, he makes up a lot of, like, these really beautiful melodic riffs, but then the solos are, you know, the solos have kind of a lame payoff. Mark Lanegan, other than on Shadow of the Season, I definitely think Mark Lanegan is probably the best part of this record. Other than some of Van Conner's bass lines, because Van Conner, believe it or not, is a very strong bassist. And, because he's a strong bassist and after the strong drummer, you know, like during that break in Nearly Lost You, I never focused on the part where he's, like, where, you know, Gary Lee Conner's guitar part during the break. I always listen to Van Conner and Barrett Martin, just because they're driving that song right there. Like, I mean, you know, Gary Lee Conner's lead on that just is kind of an annoyance. Like, screw him, listen to the rhythm section. So all in all, I mean, like I said, it's not a great record, but it's definitely great, and that's mostly because the last 4 songs and Gary Lee Conner's, like, more melodic chording and riffing. It's just beautiful. Like, that's what saves the record for me. And Mark Lanegan, as always, is an amazing lyricist, an amazing vocalist. But all in all, it's not an extraordinary record. I'd probably give it a 7.5 out of 10. I mean, the production isn't like, it's not sterile, and it's not like too lo-fi either. I mean, it's definitely a major label record, but like I said, some of the harmonies don't really make sense to me, like some of these vocal harmonies. But I mean, by making sense or something, I don't think they really sound that good. They don't really add to Lanegan's vocals. But all in all, I would definitely give this album a 7.5 out of 10. It could have been so much better if they'd just taken out some of the filler songs. If Gary Lee Conner had just gotten some non-crappy wah-wah tinged leads, then I think this could have been like one of the best records of the entire grunge period. Do I think that would have made it sell better? No, I don't think. I mean, the Screaming Trees are a great band, but I don't think they're really a band to be taken in by the masses. I mean, they had 2 300-pound guitar players, which I think is badass. But other than that, though, I mean, no, I just don't think they were supposed to be taken in. I always prided myself on the fact that, yeah, I listened to a band called the Screaming Trees. What about you? And everyone's like, well, you just listen to screaming music, which just kind of goes to show the ignorance of people who judge by names, but that's besides the point. Anyway, comment, let me know what you think. Please don't kill me, because I might have done a bad job, but, anyway, thank you, bye.